if you're living right now, times are tough. Gas prices are high, uh, groceries are high, the cost of living is high. If you want to buy a house, it's $1 million at least. Everything seems to be going up. And just when you think it's at a time where, the government would step in and kind of help with some type of aid, they've decided to go the opposite route, kind of promote a recession, and they've increased the interest rate by 1%. Now, a lot of people are probably sitting here saying, "Ooh, they've increased the interest rate by 1%. That's not a big deal. Who cares?" Okay. So, when overall interest rate gets increased, that is something that affects all aspects. So that means that if you own a house and you have something, not a fixed rate, you have one of those adjustable rates, yeah, your mortgage just went up a little bit. That means that if you have an interest rate on your credit card, they can now up the interest rate on your credit card to compensate for the up in the interest rate of the overall fees for everything. See, businesses like to pass on their expenses to customers, and we are all customers. Even if you own a business, right? We all are customers. If you own a house, you're a customer to the government. If you own a business, you're a customer to the government. So when they decide to increase something overall in the 1%, as little as that sounds, for one person, 1% isn't a lot. But when you do that with everybody dishing out money, you have to think about the entirety of the population of Canada now having to incur increases overall, small incremental ones, but overall all over the place. It's something that has to be looked at.
My understanding, and I think this is what you were saying too, is like the official like Bank of Canada, they just hiked up that lending rate by a single percent. So that like you said, it gets passed down on to the customers, right?
Right.
So, and the reason why that's going to be a problem is, well, who wants to take a loan? Who wants to get a mortgage? Who wants to do any of these things if it's more expensive?
They raised minimum wage from 14.25 to $15, so 75 cents. Uh, they
Look,
say
man,
the cost of living is you need to earn about $20 to afford to live. So hey, we're on
look,
our way.
listen, I got to be honest with you. Like, I'm trying my best in this segment here to, I guess, share words of wisdom, without just being negative about the whole thing. But I got nothing. I'm not a financial advisor, right? So I guess the only advice that I would give anybody watching this segment is speak to one, but maybe not one that works at the bank. Maybe not one that works at the bank,
My
right?
financial advice is speak to a financial advisor. I love that. I love it.
I don't know. I listen, man. I don't know what
It's
to
so
tell. Listen,
perfect.
I don't know what to tell you guys. I talked to a buddy of mine. I posted something on Instagram where it was like this producer. No, it was that
Oh
Say
my
Cheese guy.
gosh.
The Say Cheese guy. He was
Okay, say cheese TV.
grinding for a long time. He got his first house, and he left this like motivational message. So I posted it, and then and it was a picture of this guy's house, and everybody was DMing me. They're like, "Yo, congrats!" I'm like, "The fuck? This is not my house. It's just
Oh,
a
they thought it
motive."
was your house.
Yeah, I'm like, it's just a motivational message. That's all it is.
Nice,
So, but
nice.
then one guy messages me, and he's like, "Oh, yo, da 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 da," and he's like, "Man, I just moved back home with my mom." And I'm like, "Oh shit, whatever, whatever." I mean, it's all good, whatever, stack that bread. And
How
he's
old is
like,
he?
that's besides the point. But he was just
Okay.
like,
All
he
right.
was,
If you
and
say so.
that should say a lot though, right? But he was just like, man, he's like, I wanted to get a property and I missed the boat. And now, not only did you miss the boat, it's like the island that the boat was docking from moved. You can't even get to that anymore. It's gone.
They
So
drained all the water surrounding the island.
yeah, so this is what I'm saying. So people who were getting into, that's what I was saying, like the 28 to 29 year olds, they're effed in the B. Imagine the 40-year-olds who want to now get it cracking. Like, what do you do with
What's
this?
crazy is I don't even remember how long ago it was, but I remember that it wasn't that long ago, or maybe I'm tripping. I'm not in real estate. So if you are, and you can correct me here, but There was a point where all you had to put down to get a house was 5%, and you could get a house.
Yeah,
That to me wasn't that long ago.
yeah, you could still do that, right? But
Okay, but your mortgage is going to be $50,000. So no, nobody's doing that. But I mean, like, actually, to get a decent, you could still get a decent mortgage, and you only needed to have 5% of whatever it is that you needed to get. And I don't know if that came during a time when we were in a recession. I'm
yeah,
not sure.
that I don't know. You're gonna have to talk to somebody in mortgages
Yeah,
back then.
we'll have to see what the period of time was for that. Because hey, who knows? As things rise, they too must also fall.
Bro, all I'm saying is the my brethren that was like all down on himself because he had to move back home with mama. That's not even a bad thing right now. Save your coins, yo. If your mom is like, you could live here just pitching on the light bill, a 1-2 grocery, save your money, man. And then to your point, not that 5% down payment. When you're ready to go buy that house,
20%
you
now.
put do more if you can. Put a huge chunk down.
20% of $1 million.
Think about this for a second. It's simple math, anyways. If you're making like even 60 bands a year, and then you go home and you live with your moms, right? And your mom is basically telling you to pitch in the equivalent of $500 a month. $500 a month, bro, over 12 months. You're looking at like what, like 6, 7, 8 grand out of your $60,000. You can save up a lot of money, especially if you live modestly.
But that's the key. That's the key. I feel like because a lot of people who get themselves in these situations, I know this is totally off topic, but I know a lot of people who get themselves in these situations, it's because they try to live a lifestyle that's above their means.
Well,
that's
guess what?
That's how most times you get yourself in these situations.
Guess what? You can't even front anymore because things are so damn expensive. You just gotta keep it real.
Yeah.
When the girl is like, hey, yo, could we go out and get some? Nope, I ain't got it like that. Well, how about can we go to the groceries? I ain't got it like that. Groceries are expensive.
I was walking through the park, and I seen a family. It was a husband, a wife, and they had 3 children, and all 3 children had ice cream cones with the chocolate dipping. And I said to myself, wow, they got money. That was what me said. That is the times that we're living in right now. I saw them with ice cream cones, and I said, wow, they are doing well. They are doing well. And I didn't even second guess it when I said it after. I didn't, but now I'm thinking about it, how crazy it is.
I don't know what to tell you guys, man. I actually feel bad for you guys. Actually, it's crazy is our generation.
I feel bad for you, like you don't live on the same planet.
No. Hear me out though.
Broadcasting from Mars. Hear me out though.
Yo, our generation, I feel bad for the generation coming up. But and that's what I'm feeling. Imagine the generation before us. They're probably like, yo, if this was me, I would have put a shotgun in my mouth a long time ago.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, how are you guys doing it? I don't know.
I remember my parents got their house for $250,000.
My mom bought her first house for just over 100 grand.
Yeah. So there's that.
I don't know what to tell you guys, man. I mean, sell drugs, baby. OnlyFans.
2,500 square feet, fully detached, backyard, endless, right by in schools. We're walking distance. $250,000. That is a $2 million house today.
Viewing public, what are your thoughts on this, man? Do you have any solutions? Of course you don't. Of course you don't. But I'd still like to hear them. When you do leave your solutions, please subscribe first. Subscribe, leave your solution. We will interact. And of course, we're going to be talking about this a lot more because we're living it. So, your advice is our advice and vice versa. Let's help each other out. All right. Deuces.